Ho, ho, ho! Have you been naughty or nice this year? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of LumiCast, the podcast where we talk about photography, photo editing, and our love of Luminar Neo. I'm Holly Linton, your host from Tennessee, and next to me is Jacob Bors, founder of Clever Photographer. How's it going today, Jacob?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish... Hello, Holly. I was going to say Happy New Year for some reason, but I'm super excited. Christmas is almost here. You know that it's my favorite time of the year, so let's go for it.
All right, today we're going to talk about last-minute gifts. So as of the day of this recording, posting it on YouTube and everywhere you hear your podcast, you will have 5 days remaining to get some last-minute gifts. And we're talking about gifts that you're either, of course, going to get for yourself, but for any other photographers in your life, or to be giving a hint to your family and friends as to what you might like them to give you as a gift for the holidays. Because sometimes people are always like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And this is your opportunity to really get what you want. So we're going to go through 20 ideas that we have for these types of gifts. And it would be either something you obviously can get in the next 5 days, which would be either going physically into a store, maybe like a TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Best Buy, or going online. Amazon, of course, is going to be probably the big one, especially if people have Amazon Prime. They can get their hopefully 2-day shipping, but at least within 5 days be able to get a gift. And even some photography company websites like B&H, Adorama, and stuff like that, where they have 2-day shipping typically. So obviously make sure that the gift is going to arrive in time before you buy it. So I'm going to kick it off with the idea of giving somebody a subscription to a photography magazine, whether it be some subscriptions now are just all digital, but some places still send you a hard copy of a magazine. So do some quick research on what magazines those could be, like Outdoor Photographer, I know is one of them. And I think that would be nice, just a nice thing to give a photographer in your life, just for some extra knowledge, and might be something that you really wouldn't buy for yourself.
Definitely. That's a great idea. I love photography magazine. I'm more of the physical guy. I like to actually get them in a post. I think that's like one of the most exciting days of the month. But the subscription works really well, especially if like you really left it late. You can buy it 1 hour before the Christmas presents are distributed. Like, you can just buy it, quickly print it, put it in an envelope and go with it. So that's a great idea. Yeah, definitely. Good. And it will keep inspiring and motivating the photographer throughout the year. So I think it's really sweet. Well, in that case, since we're talking about subscriptions, it's time to look at my first point, and that's a subscription to learning platforms. Now, there is a platform called Masterclass or Masterclasses, which I think is great. There is many different people you can watch there. One of them, of course, Annie Leibovitz with her Masterclass. And honestly, it's fantastic. It's definitely a great gift to help somebody to improve and grow even further. So this, I think, is a great idea. What are some of the other platforms? I think Scott Kelby or Creative Life. Yeah, those are the ones that come to my mind. And I got some of them in the past. I got the subscription to Masterclass in past as a Christmas gift, and honestly, I loved it. I watched many different people there, and it was great.
Sounds awesome. I hope someone buys me that. Well, I should mention, you guys should be playing this podcast throughout the day around all your family and friends to give them the hint. All right. Okay. On to my next one would be gift cards. Gift cards are always going to be an easy one. So get the gift cards to Amazon, to the B&H, Adorama, or your local camera shop if that person has a local camera shop. Anywhere where you could buy photography gear, just get a gift card. Real simple.
Oh, that's a great idea. I think gift card always goes a long way, right? If you just not 100% sure about what the person wants, or maybe you don't have a time to check anymore, giving them a gift card, just give them the freedom to choose what they really need or want. And I think it's great. I'm always a fan of mixing it up. So maybe giving one gift I choose, something that I know about the person that they really like. And then maybe the gift card on the side so they can go and choose something themselves. I think that's a great idea. And again, talking about the availability, I think getting gift card is really easy and it can be done probably really last minute, right?
Definitely.
Cool. So sticking with that, moving on my point, of course, that you can give digital assets, things like editing presets, LUTs, overlays, or more. And if you're looking for some inspiration, check out cleverphotographer.com. We have assets for all your typical photo editing softwares out there, and we have lots of different stuff. And I think every photographer out there would be happy to receive a product from Clever Photographer.
Of course. And don't forget, Clever Photographer has gift cards also. So your photography friends can just pick something when a new bundle comes out in the new year. They could keep it and wait for the next great asset to come along.
Great point.
Yeah. All right. My next idea would be getting some kind of books about photography. So you could easily find that on Google. I mean, not on Google, on Amazon. And there's some stores, like we have some, I won't call them junk stores, but yeah, they are junk stores. This place called Ollie's, not to be confused with Holly's. And they have just such cheap books. And there's always in the art section, you could find some kind of photography, like a coffee table type of photography book. So search for different places. Maybe there's some bookstores that have the art section that you could pick from. But otherwise, find something on Amazon and just ship it to them. And any photography book, I would think, would be a welcome to any photographer to read and learn maybe about history of photography or something like that.
Yep, 100%. And don't forget that we made actual episode about photography books. So if you're looking for some inspiration, just scroll a little bit below and you will catch that episode with some tips on which books are good to get.
That's right. And I'll add to that, you could get a cute little bookmark that maybe has a camera on it, if you could find one.
That sounds even better. How about that? Fancy. Well, on my list next, coming a point which only a true photographer would appreciate because it sounds a little bit boring, but honestly, we love getting those. And that's a storage credit or storage subscription for online space. So we're talking Dropbox or cloud or spaces like that, because us as a photographers, we love to keep our photos safe, keep them online, and it can be quite costly. So if you can help with that a little bit, you will see a big smile from your favorite photographer under the tree when they're gonna receive it. So definitely storage subscription is a good choice too.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Yeah, that stuff does really add up when you see your renewal price every year or 2 years, like, okay, $187 for, backup or whatever. So that'll be helpful. Okay, on to my next one, which is a favorite of mine, would be get the photographer in your life some fingerless gloves, beanie hats, and scarves so that when we're out shooting in the colder weather, we can be well protected, but still be able to press the shutter button. And that's something you could get online easily from Amazon, but also if you just run into TJ Maxx or Marshall's or one of those stores, department stores, I'm sure you can find something, and it's good to have. You can never have too many gloves and hats, in my opinion.
And also all of these accessories just makes us stay a little longer and capture that amazing photo rather than being pushed away with the freeze, cold, or wetness. So if you're going to give something like this, I'm sure every photographer in your life will appreciate it. And Holly is a master of that. He has accessory for every single time of the year.
I do.
Okay, moving on. So if you thought that the storage subscription will make your favorite photographer smile, imagine if you get them external hard drive or memory card. That brings it to another level. Obviously, physically, we like to keep our photos online, but we are always short of space for our photos. And little 2 terabytes hard drive or little 126 gigabytes memory card goes a long way, and you will see even more smiles around the Christmas tree. So go for the hard drive or memory card. We will really appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you're really rich, get someone that 8 terabyte solid state drive.
That's it. Go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Okay. The next one I have is another fun one because I love using different filters. So something like a kaleidoscope filter or something that adds a little starburst. There's two brands that I could recommend would be K and F, as I have some of their kaleidoscope filters, or a company called Prism FX currently is still having a sale, but double check to make sure the delivery on that. But you can get those on Amazon as well as direct from the manufacturer website. So just fun little filters, or maybe even colored filters, or it could be a neutral density filter or something more, normal like that. Just make sure you tell the person what thread size you need, which lens are you going to use it for, and just make sure they get you the right size. So I think that would be fun, because sometimes there's a Prism FX filter. I wanted to try it. I won't buy it for myself, but I hope it would be, I'll put it on my list for Santa, but they're really cool. Just all these different special effects. They're just a little expensive. So, but that's my idea. What's your next one?
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Fun filters. That sounds good. And sounds like you as well. So that's really cool. Okay, my one is probably unusual and something what people wouldn't think of right away, but I heard it from a friend. And what is great is to buy few disposable film cameras. So basically buy 2-3 cameras, I don't know, Kodak or something. They generally cost 20, 30 pounds or dollars. And give them to your favorite photographer. What it's going to do, it's going to allow them to try the film photography and also just maybe enjoy the moment, without the need of their massive camera and lens. And who knows, maybe by next year, you would be investing in a new film lab in your house and new camera and films. No, jokes aside, I think the disposable film camera for a photographer is a great fun and something which I think everyone will appreciate.
So taking us back in time, back to film. I mean, I know some people still use film, but that would be fun. And it would be, it'd be just kind of a blast from the past. And then it would be interesting to see what places still develop the film and how your pictures would turn out, because back when you used film, we were all really young, at least I was. You weren't paying attention if you weren't a photographer at the time, but just doing it for fun, like how the pictures would turn out. Now, as photographers over the years, we'd probably be more conscious of, our composition and not wasting the film. So that would be fun.
Yeah, I think this is a good one. Anyway, Holly, we are halfway through. So I think that we covered lots of digital tips, of course, some also not digital, but in the second part, we're going to talk much more about physical stuff you can get. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us. We'll be back in a moment.
If you're listening to the LumiCast podcast, then we share something in common. We love editing photos, and we love Luminar. It's almost breathtaking what this amazing tech can do for you. On our website, you'll find countless different things to help you be more creative than you ever thought imaginable. From our photo manipulation masterclass to our power bundle with 986 elements, our essential preset bundle, editing software and extensions to our tutorials. Harness the power at the website at www.cleverphotographer.com/Luminar. Again, that's cleverphotographer.com/Luminar. Now, back to LumiCast.
And we are back with 10 more tips on Christmas gifts for your favorite photographer in your life. So it's Holly's turn. Holly, go for it.
All right. For our 11th idea. Now, on Christmas Eve, they say, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. But I think a great gift idea would be a mouse, the kind you use for your computer, not like a little pet. So a mouse or a mouse pad. So whether you have a specific one that you really wanted, make sure you let the person know the exact one. But otherwise, I think you could get the photographer in your life, just any cute mouse pad, maybe has a cute little design on it, or doesn't have to be cute if it's for a guy. It could be something normal, something more plain, but can never have too many mouse pads laying around, and an extra mouse, even if it's just a spare for when your battery dies on the other one and you forgot to charge it.
Yep. Definitely. Great idea. And I think we, as a photographers, when we do lots of editing, we spend so much time with this one piece of equipment. It's crazy. And if I can add to it, for photographers, if you're going to go for the mouse pad, go for a big one. It makes life much more easier. Lots of people just get used to buying these little things you use in offices, but because we use the mouse in a different way, we actually really appreciate and benefit by having large space where you can move the mouse. So sometimes you can even buy a mouse pad which actually goes under the keyboard and across your table. And I love that. I always used to hate to fight with the mouse pad, moving it around, and I was always off. So yeah, my idea would be to get a big one.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Okay, moving on. So my next tip, of course, would be camera straps. So talking about accessories again, this can be lots of fun. Probably one of the more popular brands out there is a Peak Design. But if you open, again, Amazon or any of these shops, you will find hundreds of different brands and ideas. When it comes to the brand, Peak Design is something I can vouch for. Many of their products actually have a lifetime guarantee. Imagine, that just doesn't exist anymore. And I had some of these straps for, 7-8 years. Nothing ever happened to them. Never got damaged. Always kept my camera safe. So camera strap is definitely something that can be a good gift for your photographer.
Well, I'm smiling because as we talked about in our accessories podcast, I have many, many camera straps with all different designs on them. And so on Amazon, for a guy, you could look at guitar straps for a more masculine design. There's a lot on there too that are purse straps if you're for the female photographer in your life, where you could just clip them onto your camera body and get all sorts of fun designs. I like that idea a lot.
Okay, what you got?
All right. My idea is to get somebody a selfie stick, but not just so you could take your own picture, so that you can use it for landscape, something that has a stand. So I have, for example, a selfie stick that it extends to about maybe 5 feet or so that, and it has a remote control, on it, so that if you're at a flower field or whatever landscape where you want to use your cell phone for some pictures, whether you either didn't feel like bringing your, professional gear that day, or sometimes I like using the cell phone for the wide angle capability of it if I didn't bring a wide angle lens on a shoot or something. So you could put it on the little tripod stand and have a stable picture. Because I find sometimes with my phone, my hands are shaking more with a small phone than it is with my real camera. So I think every photographer should have a selfie stick with a stand with remote control.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I actually use tripod for my mobile phone when I capture time lapse. Sometimes I keep taking pictures and at the same time I have a little tripod for my phone pointed for a nice framing and just let it shoot the time lapse for me. So then maybe if I'm talking to someone and want to show them the place or whatever, it's nice to share this as well. So good point. Definitely. Good idea. Well, on that note, moving onwards, if you have in your life a portrait photographer, they maybe benefit by getting little reflector disc or little LED light, for just kind of little trips when you go out there and you just want to have it on a side. So not necessarily a big piece of equipment, just something that you can pull out of your camera bag. It's not too heavy and you can be very creative with it. So yeah, for portrait photographers, reflector disc or LED light, I think it's a good idea. Yeah,
I like that idea. I have a few reflectors. I tend to forget to bring them with me, but yeah, cute little 12-inch reflector. It's a great idea. Now, on to my next one. As you know, you can never have too many camera bags. That's something you could easily get on Amazon. In fact, I'm sure I have at least 3 that I've had in my wish list for a while, just because they're all affordable and cute. But maybe just get someone a small camera bag just to have, like when they want to go on a quick shoot, bring one lens with them. So I like that idea.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess it doesn't just have to be camera bag. It can be like a little pouch for maybe memory cards or accessories. And yeah, there's lots of different bags. There is never enough bags and space to carry stuff, I think.
Right. Or little sleeves to put your lenses in.
Exactly. Now, this is a new one for me because I've been kind of playing around with it for a while, and that's listening music when I'm taking photos. So let's say that I'm standing, on the top of a hill and photographing beautiful sunset. I'm trying to see if my mind and my focus thinks differently without the music and with the music. And I love classical music, so I listen classical music, but maybe people will be reacting to different music. It's really up to them. But what you need for that, obviously, are Bluetooth headphones. So Bluetooth headphones for photographers, regardless if they're going to listen to it when photographing or not, is, I think, a great idea. And again, it can be something that can really push the creativity. Also, they can listen to it when they're editing photos or when they're heading to the location. So I think Bluetooth headphones is a good gift for all photographers out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And don't forget, they could use them when they're listening to the LumiCast podcast.
Most importantly, yes.
All right. On to my next one.
My favorite one.
Another fun little accessory are hot shoe figurines. Now, if you did not hear our accessory podcast, these are cute little things that you put in your hot shoe cover on your camera. So I have a lemon and a strawberry and a bird. And there's all different ones that you can get. There are some that men could get as well. I know Jacob has a level that you use. So there's fun. Look on Amazon. There's all fun ones that you can choose from. So that would make a great stocking stuffer for a photographer.
Definitely. Although next to yours, my level feels very boring, I have to say.
Yes, I would agree.
I feel ashamed by my choice. Okay, moving on. Next one is coffee cup, which can be with your photographer's favorite brand, or maybe a quote from a photographer, or fun like that. Some people just like to have like a Nikon coffee cup or Sony, or you can get a really cute coffee cup and use it for my favorite hot chocolate shot as well. So it can be fun. And of course, talking about drinking, water bottle is quite cool as well. I remember a few years back, I got from my mom actually like this thermal bottle where you can keep your tea. So when I'm going in the winter photographing, again, standing on a hill or in the mountains for hours, it's nice to have a little warm cocoa, or tea in your bottle. So yeah, so water bottle or cup, I think is a great idea for anybody, and even more so for photographers.
Yeah, and that's reminding me, there's also some thermoses out there that are shaped like camera lenses. So I think that's a fun gift. Have you seen those before?
Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm on to my final idea, which might seem kind of, I don't know if it's strange, but it's real last minute. Okay. Sending the photographer in your life either flowers or maybe a plant so that they could take pictures of it, especially places like that are, if you're cold in the winter time and you can't get out and shoot. So I don't know if that would be calling 1-800-Flowers or whatever. If you know their local florist, obviously you know where your friend lives, send them some flowers or maybe a Christmas cactus or a real cactus, something they could do macro photography with. Jacob's just laughing because I'm not sure he thinks this is a good idea, but I don't know how many men take pictures of flowers, but I know there are some. So if anything, for the female photographer, send them some flowers. And
it's a great idea both ways, right? I mean,
okay.
I haven't met a woman who wouldn't like to get the flowers yet. And for a man, yes, a little bit of macro photography. In fact, I know lots of photographers who actually photograph still life during the winter. When it's cold out there, they play around with the little still life flowers, dry flowers. So definitely a good idea. And talking about last minute, I mean, yeah, that's a great point. Now, coming from more affordable gift ideas to the one gift that will change your photographer's life forever. And that's to come and join us for incredible photography workshop in the south of France. We actually just finished our sale and we only have 3 spots left. So if you will invest in your photographer, honestly, he will have a time of his life. All he needs to do, or she, to get the flight to the south of France. And from that point on, we will look after everything, including transportation, food, accommodation, models, entry, everything. And I tell you something, I've been now twice in the south of France for this specific workshop. I will go again as a teacher there. And it's life-changing experience. Like people leaving on the last day of the workshop with a massive glow around them. And it just creates friendship, like a lifetime friendship and experience for photographers that is worth every single dollar. So if you're looking for something a little bit more, how would I say it? A little bit more
lavish.
That's the right word. Then our Ultimate South of France workshop is the way to go. So check it out on our website at 3nomadsadventures.com.
Great. And then you could also add a gift certificate to the airlines as a gift with that.
That's a great idea. Yeah. If you go for it, go for it.
That's more lavish. If you can afford the conference, the workshop, you can get them first class ticket too.
That's it. That's the way to do it. Yeah. And I will personally pick them up in Marseille airport. I promise. And I will bring them
in your chauffeur outfit.
That's it. And I drop them back again. Anyway, Holly, this was brilliant. I was trying to figure out which would be my favorite gift. I mean, I would like to get all of them. What about you?
Yeah, all of them, for sure. The workshop. I think I'd like the workshop. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the lavish, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, folks, 5 days. We're not going to hold you because you need to go and you need to buy your gifts now. So don't stay with us. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to us. Have a very Merry Christmas. Have a nice and quiet time. And we will be back again next week, which I think we can say we're going to talk about photographing fireworks. So if you're planning to go out there, photograph fireworks, then come back on Friday, listen to the podcast. We're going to help you with that. Holly, thank you.
Yep, thank you. Jingle all the way, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye.